Hey there, Josh here, co-founder of Product Manager HQ and head of product and founder of software company Squibbler. Today I'm going to dive into what is a Product Owner Daily Scrum. So what it's used for and whether product owners should anticipate or even attend them. Over the last several weeks, many people who work in product development came to us and asked this question about the purpose of a daily scrum to understand whether they should incorporate it into their product development lifecycle and to better output better products. And the presence of a scrum is optional. However, it's a legitimate question of whether it will make your process better. And as you know, the role of a product owner, especially in an agile framework, is fairly new. And therefore, even though every year we see more and more people starting careers in product management, their roles and responsibilities constantly evolve. And this is in part due to the needs of the different companies they work for, and also because of the field of product management is still in its infancy and subject to innovation. For that reason, it's understandable that product owners may not be sure of their role within daily scrum activities. And this is precisely what I'm going to be addressing in this video. But before we begin, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can get notified whenever we come out with great content about product management from real product management experts, just like this video. Before we dive into the meaning and purpose of the daily scrum for product owners, we must first explain the role that a daily scrum plays in project management in general. In order to do so, we must first revert to the Scrum Guide, a document that lays out the do's and don'ts that should be followed in the Scrum framework for sustainable product development. The Scrum Guide can be accessed online via the official website for Scrum. If you are interested in going through the document in its entirety, the link is included in the description box. In any case, the Scrum Guide refers to daily scrums as 15-minute meetings carried out every day among developers. According to the Scrum Guide, these meetings serve to optimize the probability that the development team will meet sprint goals. From this definition, we can extract three main objectives. The first objective is the one that is most overtly referenced in the definition offered in the Scrum Guide. It helps developers to gauge the team's progress in meeting the goals set during a given sprint. The remaining objectives, however, are less pronounced. The second one entails reviewing the backlog and identifying areas for relevant adjustments where necessary. The third objective is a spin-off from the first objective based on the progress that can be measured in the team's ability to meet sprint goals. The team members then decide or confirm the activities that they will be carrying out that day. These three objectives can be summarized into three separate categories that all relate to the sprint goal. A to-do list of activities that need to be completed. A do list that groups the activities that will be done either that day or at some point during the sprint. And finally, a done list that helps the team determine the work that has been completed thus far. Now that we have come to an understanding of what the daily scrum is in general, that begs the question, what is a product owner daily scrum? At first, logic would suggest that if daily scrums are 15-minute meetings where developers meet to give a rundown on sprint progress, then a product owner daily scrum has to be the exact same thing, with the only difference being that instead of the development team meeting, the product owner meets with the rest of the product team. However, this isn't the case. In fact, the Scrum Guide does not make any overt or specific reference to a product daily scrum as such. Instead, the manual states, and I quote, if the product owner or scrum owner is actively working on items in the sprint backlog, they participate as developers. Therefore, according to the Scrum Guide, if a product owner sits in on a daily scrum meeting, they can only act in the capacity of a developer. Otherwise, they are required to be passive listeners who simply observe how the meeting unfolds. However, this begs the question if the Scrum Guide makes no provisions for them. Do product owners need to attend daily scrum if they're not obligated to do so? It is widely accepted that the product owner is free to decide whether they wish to go to daily scrums. For starter, the fact remains that Scrum Guide does not make reference to a product owner's obligation to attend daily scrums. After all, the meetings are held so that the various members of the product development team can coordinate their efforts as a unit to achieve goals set out during a sprint, not for the product owner to chair meetings or anything related to product design or management. Second here, and generally speaking, product owners have very hectic schedules. This is especially true in large organizations where they typically own multiple products. In such cases, to expect a product owner juggling multiple responsibilities to commit to multiple meetings every day would be unreasonable. Last thing here is some take things a step further by stating that it would be best for product owners to forego daily scrum altogether. Their logic is that the product owner occupies a leadership position, with the development team reporting directly to them. Therefore, the leader-team dynamic can cause the daily scrum to turn into a tense report meeting as opposed to a free-flowing conversation between development team members. While it's true that daily scrum attendance is completely optional for the traditional product owner, with some even claiming that their presence does more harm than good, there are always two perspectives. In my opinion, as well as that of many product leaders, there are several reasons to encourage product owners to attend these meetings as often as they possibly can. In the case of technical product owners, namely those who provide either technical support or consultancy to the traditional product owner, it is expected that they attend daily scrums. In their capacity as technical product owner, they need to be informed of the progress made by the development team as well as the respective challenges they face so that they can provide the necessary support to the product owner. In the case of traditional product owners, while attendance is a must, listening into the development team as they address their to-do, doing, and done list will provide you with greater insight on the development process and its progress so that you can then make clearer and more precise adjustments to the backlog. While some argue that the presence of the product owner leads to unnecessarily tense daily scrums, there's another completely different perspective that you ought to bear in mind, which is that the more involved product owners are in cross-team activities, the easier it is to build cohesive and cooperative teams. This is because it helps to break down the us versus them complex that many team members have about leaders or people in a higher or senior position. What's more, product owners who are present during daily scrums can also be of help to developers who may need clarification on a particular issue. While it's true that the development team can always contact the product owner once the meeting is done, it is always easier to hash out ideas in person and in the moment. That way, faster and more precise decisions can be made. In the book, Agile Product Management with Scrum, author Roman Pichler summed up his feelings on product owners going to daily scrums, stating, and I quote, "As the product owner, you should attend the meeting whenever possible. It's a great opportunity to understand the progress being made and to see if the team needs help." In summary, product owner daily scrums are not discussed in the Scrum Guide. Instead, they are standard daily scrums for product developers, where product owners can either opt to attend or not. While it is true that product owners have very busy schedules, especially those who operate in large enterprises, the more a product owner can stop by and attend daily scrums, the more of a positive impact it has on team building, backlog management, and more. However, there is a thin line between a product owner attending daily scrums as a passive observer and attending in order to actively participate in the meeting and how it is run. Ideally, the product owner should not assume a dominant role in these type of meetings. While from time to time their insight may be required from the development team, this is not a license for product owners to take the reins of the meeting into their own hands. The more relaxed the environment is, the more productive daily scrums will be. Before we part ways in this video, I'd like to share with you a high impact resource that product owners have at their disposal to cover all relevant bases in product ownership and product management practices. That way, it makes it easier to make difficult decisions regarding team interactions and management processes. At Product Manager HQ, we have a certified product owner course that covers all the necessities when it comes to understanding the product owner role, particularly within Agile and Scrum. So make sure to go ahead and check it out. I left a link in the description below the video. Before we go, here's a quick trivia question for you to see if you were paying attention during the video. Is the Product Owner Daily Scrum officially recognized in the Scrum Manual? Let us know your answer in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead and like it and subscribe to our channel. And I wish you the best in your career as a product owner, or if you're looking to step into product ownership in that career journey. And I'll see you on some of our following videos. Cheers.